and the penalties for misuse, we'll unpack it all. Stay tuned, learn the law, stay safe online. The Computer Misuse Act, explained for you.
Bored of watching the same stuff on TV? Say no more! AfroMobile is now on smart TVs, bringing you the hottest Ugandan and African content, bigger, better, and right on your screen. Live TV? Check. Classic Ugandan series? Absolutely. The latest music shows and rewindable live events? You got it. No interruptions, no limits, just non-stop entertainment all in one application. Now streaming on Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and more. AfroMobile is your ultimate home entertainment sidekick. Getting started is a breeze. Just head to the App Store on your smart TV, search AfroMobile, download, and start watching.
Liberty TV.
Okay. Welcome to Liberty Online TV, your window to the world. Msamaliri mubiyanga wasincha edibya unatusamalira wotya enja cheye chero echa munabire nisa ini nisa itano nisa itano nesha dakika esha malaba mwaho kusaha enja chetu chero echa munabire tukafuma iko kwandambia tu Sports Roundup msamaliri mubiyanga. And of course, it's Monday always. Of course, tukafuka program yetu ya iritsuka chabalaza erihika achakatra kandi iritsuka sahitano erihika asamo sanju etune oma program yetu ya Sports Roundup mwirate ebya masata masincha eribi munayikande gabakulisa yayo mu weekend ngali kana in the weekend muyabika bayandarandeke okwabo yatutayandandeke tukoba tutebolobolo, but we try. Mwasincha edibi tusumalira bakaba tusumalira kwa YouTube channel yetu Liberty Online TV kasese abatukwamira kwa www.geventsmedia.com bakaba tukwamira kwa mitimbagano mutina omulinge Afro Mob application umabisi wote ibyoka dole ndingayo kwa Google Play Store, then ukindi byoka tukwa Liberty Online TV window to the world. Of course abakwamira kwa Twitch abana tukwamira kwa mitimbagano yisi WhatsApp, Twitter, that is formerly X, X handles ninyu masinja edibya munaiba katwira makasente, that is G Events Media abakakubara bati ukaitaga eriye computer, ukaitaga eri flyer, ukaitaga area ebintu byose byambangana okwa computer. G Events Media, they are there for you. Elangirende bakakwikaye kubohereja bukwawe. G Events Media sibali yishe computer nyisa, but of course bakabana kuitira ba MCs, banotu MC Google, banakuitire DJ Plant, always ever there for you to play music for you. Esereho neshakera banakuitira ba DJ babuyanganga abahima na MC. Of course bakubita bati bakakolane live streaming with a happy birthday, with a winning kwa, with a giveaway, with a meeting bakabeteka live okwa mitimbagano abantu babe bakaba samarera. That is a live streaming. naye alihali inabenaka kusamalira that is a G events media bakubula bati akanamba ketu kanahikwaho kiribuka bahikera obuli kindu kyabikikaenda good. Of course benye nebikuweto beligase chill out nabo bakubula bati ukaita ichirinyo ekifukira ndeke ukaita ebyererya ukaita obulalo wite happy birthday wite esha meeting muwite obweni banakuwitira omwanya ligase main hall mwanya ne munene by the way uno kwa ligase ukuwanga uli Bulaya so ni mwanya mubuyanga bakasangana mu matawuni. Of course wamende saidisha wamawaho au kendi byukaba bana byukabula yewe bodu ususi akindi binaka kwikaya okwa ligase chill out banye nebukuwetu abe a Peace World Social Center nabo bakura batibana utomwanya bakubara bati banawite ebyerinywa bakasangana mu kizungu bakasangana mu kizungu na kwibuka baba nayo then wabikwatungesha services siku wabo. Of course Liberty Online TV, your window to the world. We are here to promote your business. Unaute business yosi yawo wetu yaona mukorera yo kandi ukaitaga ribi itwangana korangirirayo. Yes, of course we are here for you okwa kabeyi kake kandi nikanirania wite ukaule education ngeta ukaule electronics wote electronics yo matao nimwayo ukaule eduka ebyalya ukaula ya ebintu byose ukaule mifalisi eshongeta ukaula ya sha plastic esha any business wite a school wite company ukaproducing ebintu namutina ubyo kwatwete business ukwa uturangeyo then wangabe ukayitungira aba customer akabini kanirania. We are very simple situkalire ye tunalobira and we negotiate and we give bonuses by the way wamatu hamezi waunga wayo tukakwerera ya bonus then business yawe yangatoka revya aika lola emleru wasinja omusamaliro mu biyango kwa mena ni Professor Voni Kevin nijenga kwikaka sports roundup ekiri kyetu ekya muna wire. Of course twaberengera omwezi omuhyaka by the way of course tuli mwezi omunane. Of course umwaka tunamwenda tukapiga ututya by the way umwaka namutambula umwaka by the way tutsuka umari ndindi but now say look at it tuli mwezi omunane kama sichiti umwaka wangu mibera ramuka tukayaba wow. Now ngaya somwa the quote of the day I have little chamnabiri kuti kinywa cyetu. You know, we are in this world, we learn lessons, we learn things. Mnaburenga ya kubero kwa bintu bitano. Mnaburenga ya kubero kwa bintu bitano. Control your 5M. Control your 5M. Nga kubero kwa bintu bitano. Mouth, money, mood, mind, and of course, and moods. Echo kubanza mouth. Abandu tutulere tuka controlling ebinywe bukuwetu ekinywe kyamalo mabunu bwawo ni kinywe kyamakanganya kyamamanishachi unashabande tukakana ebinywe esitutatsikere byanga tukalengekana ya mouth. Control your mouth. Speak less but listen wider, listen a lot. Omutulere waholekerera tuliwakanye ebinywe beke ukane ebinywa bike bitu munechi imone nsonga. So abandu sometimes hadi tukakana iwakani kinywe nasho bunu bukakana ebinywa ngaho mundu ukakana ikinywe cyayo kwa mundu omundu kyamusisira kandi kyamukola. So we have to control our mouth. Achakabere mind ubulengekanya bwetu. You have to think before you act. Utulirwa tsikirengekanya imotsikare kwa lechendo. Sometimes abandi mwenzi wetokana tukala abenzi betu bakana tusobera ya iwe ikono kwa level yeribya ngoma mwichakwe chindo kitatolerene so uti wa actinga at least first thing tukirengekania acha kasatu mood. Of course you have to stay calm and stay positive. Mundu une positive shamudu sha when you are always positive, not in negative way. Of course ibintu bingana bisobolera by the way hano I don't move to I don't need to go in details. I don't need to go in details. Actually money na sende tulumo mwezi omunane and we are in the tulumamize werekolesha sente. Try to spend less but save more. Abandi sometimes wabyuka kola omubiri ekiro kwatunga mutwala, but at the end of the day waisangana iwe spending emitwalo eringi ibiri kandi ukingira esiringi mutwala. Aho ekibaro kikabe ky'amawano. So try to understand your level. Yero ndi amabina ka spending emitwalo 5 ekiro. So limenyonga kingira asangahe. Ebiri wenda yero nbobanga amaka spending emitwalo 5 bana inga spending first understand your level. Uli kwa level ya high. Ukingira ya wote ukakora wote. So try to understand that. Tindu chikakuwa chikaiba umundu watunga accountability. Okay, abande tuute what we call financial problem, financial challenges. We don't know how to handle money. Abande sometimes ukwane yo manzera na ruwa ule chendo echolu expecting sutole wa chola spending money anyhow we spending echito kwa budget yuko. So we mutuli watunge budget kandi watunge mbarerera chikakuwa chikairi financially wabi unendeke wabi unashia mbarerera abantu tukasoba ya by the way tukayandoma tuka spending sha sende enhauli stress barerera and those are the things that never kale kitu sha sende sha siru amama sahwetu umundu waisanga ndeba kakubanza. It is because you're spending wisely. You're spending enhauli. Try to save but spend wisely. Spending kale sende sha isina utambarerera. You get my point. Lekanga bininga kurekeryaho tukindisa bitu ko nzariraye chinde chakatano o mind program umsamaliri o mubiyanga. That is controlling your 5M. Ni Professor Ronnie Kevin Omuhambo, the humble man, nijenga kuika kwa program yetu churu cha mleburi sports roundup. Mwasincha edibya imuna tusamaliri. Of course churu cha mleburi nga kuika ya local sports hano eka of course nga kuicha kone national sports Uganda at large then neisha of course Arsenal Mutichi Vinicius Junior mwanamai hao FIFA yiti yikanziri ulia Asia shares ngasa nabyo aho mu program ikwetu shortly dakika ibiri lekanga setu tuke program yetu eyechiro echa mnabwire. Good morning.
Looking for the next binge-worthy series or movie? Afro Mobile brings you authentic African stories anytime, anywhere. Download Afro Mobile today and stream on demand your culture, your stories, your way. Afro Mobile, authentic African stories.
Big news to our viewers, Liberty Television is now officially available on the Afro Mobile app, bringing you quality entertainment, breaking news, inspiring stories, sports, music, talk shows, and much more anytime, anywhere. No matter where you are, you can now watch Liberty TV live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right from your smartphone, your tablet, your smart TV, through the Afro Mobile app. We are committed to keeping you informed, educated, and entertained with fresh, reliable, and exciting content every single day from Kasese to Uganda, and from Uganda to the rest of the world. Liberty TV is closer to you than ever before. Download the Afro Mobile app today, search Liberty TV, and enjoy uninterrupted live streaming wherever you go. Liberty TV, your window to the world, now streaming 24/7 on Afro Mobile app.
Ebiro bya kwezi 18 ukweli 10 chakere kanivo uko Renzoni Square ekasese chahwere bonde ini 18 ukweli 10 irigiramu omutwalu JP mitwale abiri emeza mitwalo 5 ne miliyoni ngoma asatu sange nabimbi abosi abana beka iriwa yarasi kasese ne bundi bujo basetulie tunywe totole isi woferwa ebyalya ebinywa amabotore owetu owezalwa ebiuma sikrenzi n'amatara n'ibya tal audio tukalenderera coronation ya tata owetetwa omusinga owezururu eyo mwaka ono abanyarwenzoruru itwe bose ukorwenzori square ekasese
Liberty TV.
Welcome back from that short break. This is Liberty Online TV, your window to the world. My name is Professor Rune Kevini Omohambo, the Herbal Man. Tonight, in the Kwikako program, a sports roundup. Mind you, Chakere Carnival is coming. Omakwirikumi namonane. That is Okwarenzo Square when we are enjoying 3 days when we are enjoying. I can say just get your early ticket, early bird. Of course, by the way, in average Minyarera in the VIP ni sirinji. I mean by the ordinary ni sirinji mutu walmo manempend, if I'm not mistaken. Because ngana malangira okwa cha flyer zina mwariskala kwa mitimba gano. Ordinary sirinji mutu walmo manempend. Of course, VIP sirinji mutu walmo EV. Then a table, a hauru, mitwalo 5 milioni muuma. Of course, chiriyo kwewenga ukaita a table eiso sire. Yet Chakere Carnival, let's get and prepare for this event. Abimbi bakendesha bibane kubanene eriluwa omwa cha district mutina nabandi abimbi abusha babangana tuyiyungako kwa Chakere Carnival. So musaso kwa chiro chebiru 18 eri tunamulangira tuka celebrate nga usinga bwanzururu tukebukano musinga akikaloma kitumbi chikuwewa tukebuka that anniversary tukendisabya obusinga nga bomo unze myaka mingahe that anniversary mwasinja eribi munatusamalire ukindenyekiriria ngabini ngatsuka program yetu ayechiro echya munabiro. Of course ngidibi ngatsuka hano eka okwa team eyeshika sese awoka rwayo akakangana ya ende assistant coach ukuwenyu yabakatamu Julius Baloku waka rwayo kakangana ya inde abiri rwayo abiri bi inakawo winzerera ekisomo that is coaching course that is CB diploma diploma omuyeretendeka coaching. So abiri rwayo ne completing that coaching calf. That coaching calf C, if I'm not mistaken. So abiri winzera. So this is a team yeshika sasa mwika na posting this news okwa X yikuwa bubaka kangania in the coach no abiri rwayo ne winzera has a completion for his calf C coaching diploma. So abiri winzerayo. By the way, chinoni chiboya kundibwa kwa nenebero beno these days hatia ute nisha certificate seno nisha certificate seno sharetendeka omupira. By the way, ishetimu sikabishanga kwa ringa obuli chindu now. It's all about studying, learning. It's all about studying, learning inereminya. So ndi chamine rilwa iriwindi bahatia niwe coach bahatia you need to know something about coaching. So Shika Sese is now happy for this achievement in the assistant coach wabo yobakatamu Kule Julius. I'm sorry but this is Kule Julius Bihuru. Kule Julius Bihuru abirirwayo neriwunzerera completion of his CAF C coaching diploma abirirwunzererayo. So Shikasese is proud of this, and by the way this is good by the way. Mtu tukalangira timu ya Shikasese tukalangira season eyihwere 2025 tukalangira timu ya Shikasese ikawunzerera omwacha Kavere, if I'm not mistaken, Elizabeth group. This is good by the way. Eribi munamu itekateka mutya ne technical staff yenyu eribi namwende ikamenyerera nimwende ikamenya. That is all about eribi namutunga those certificates chikabo shichangata saba affecting in the future. You know, when you're prepared by the way, wamabi wabere itekateka kinu chikakuwa tikaya omutende tungisha challenges, because mind you, what if Shikasese yamatendo mwachibinje checho kubanza, of course wakandi wabisu wete technical staff satisfied with this such a kind of courses, coaching diploma course. So chikakuwa tikaye in the technical staff yao ikaine well prepared and ebane satisfied. Yeah, I want to say congratulations to Kule Julius iriwunzerera that course. It is good by the way. It is good. Because umpira kuona mkusobolewe owe Uganda hanu by the way. Ana mwenda kakula. Football is now becoming expensive. You need to know things. You need to know you not at least a certificate. Si wendi rwele ukavutiba vuna inga kuchinga sima nyinga ute talindi. No. You must be unawute unasi unasomire. It's not a meaning unasomire unawute dara at least wabere soma wabere ndo muchi wabere tendekwa sikale nawe sehinu mupira tukasomererawo injengaroni sinangalo erikanya erikwana ko mupira hanu sikiri mansa gitendero ngabe nanganatendeka ku ayehe. I have to first study umupira sehinu mabi inuwo kwa lupapura. You need to study. And that's how modern football is growing. Wamendoka samarero okwa mipira eyishe umupira bakasomo kwa lupapura. Iwa somo kwa lupapura indo musetu muleve akenda akasa tate anate okwa lupapura. You need to understand the tactics. You need to understand how these players should be. When utuleriwa itwala out as a technical person at a certain club. So ebendo ngabya mutina nga woyo okwa team Shikasese njenga ndiri congratulations to your coach Kule Julius eribi wabunzerera soma ngali nkana any big boast kandi chikindi bichikawo tikayitimu ya Shikasese eribi munamulole mulero kandi munawute ne staff nasomerere omwabendo bya mukakola. Big up to you. Ebyo ngende berekera hunyitya ingaso kwa Super 8. That is FUFA Super 8. Mutukalangira over the weekend. Weekend ihwere chiro cha Sunday na chiro cha mukaga tukalangira Super 8 ikatsuka. Of course nabere kusoboleraho Super 8 ngoku is all about. Mutukalangira emipira ikaende ikasatibwa chiro cha mukaga na chiro cha Sunday. Okay, wasinja producer erino tukangania mutukalangira sha results show mwa Super 8 tomalangira around 1 ubukende bakindi bakasatesha round 2. So around 1 so far mwika nabya ikawunzerera wa achiro cha mliwolo chiro cha Sunday. So okwatsa mubaka na seti mipire okwatsa tiro chumerere. That is Hams Stadium nakebubo. That is Saidisha Kampala. Mutukalangire timu ye KCCA, that is Kasasiro Boys bakasinga shagoro ibiro kwanguma bakasinga Ebulu FC. Producer ngo kwa namu bakangania ho ko kumnesamalire. Timu ye S Villa mutukalangire na ikakola draw nguma ni timu ye Maroons. Troma Samarera kwa chiro cha Sunday biro bebere August Troma Samarire timu ye Kitara ikasingisha goro in ikasinge Police FC. Then Enek Yamakola 1-1 ne team UPPC nabo bamakola 1-1. So eyo shesha result kuti emipiira yasatu bawa chiro cha mukaaga. Ubukinde ngokuba namakusobolere indi emipiira yino bakindi bakasata second leg. So bochikabichikamanisa ya and this is the first leg. So we are now waiting for the second leg. Utwalebya okwa monani tukindi bitukaleba ya bakindi saba katasiba bakatasa isata tukindi bitukaleba ya now onda ikindi byenga kalabaho ngane wahai. So tukindi binawo tukaronda ya ban. This time around there are still 8. So the next round we are now going to see the 4 teams esho eskindi bisamabiri biskala kandi esikisa biskaya hamba then twalebya abakindi bakendo kuchi abakenda okwa finals eshe chikopo kino cha Super 8. That is singa out even nebengikanye kwa Super 8, you know. So those are the results. Of course, because this is the first leg. Tukinsabi tukaleba ya now the second leg. Tukinsabi tukakana yabe neno kwa hao twabiribya the second leg. The second leg tukindi now tukitunamwe tukamenyerera the second leg na inga yema tukadi kandi mipira of course yuteribe kwa chisatu cyana cyumerere ecyanaki bubo that is Hams Stadium. This is all about the Super Cup FUFA, that is the mipira timu munane sekaisata tukalebya oyo ayikindibya ina kaisingira ekikopo. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second edition, by the way. This is the second edition ekikopo kino ekya Super 8. Wasinja edibi ituna kwa mene tutia ma program yetu ye sports round up. Ni Professor Ronnie Kevin ni jenga kwika ku ebya masata program yetu eno aye chero echa munabiro. Of course abakaba tukwa mero kwa TikTok mukakolecha mani, by the way mtusamalire abakaba tukwa mire okwa YouTube channel ikuwe subscribe, liking, share to your friends and we follow a sports program, sports round up gokune samaliraho. Of course abana tukwa mero kwa www.geventsmedia.com. Of course abana tukwa mero kwa social media handles tukwetu. Of course unatukwa mero kwa X handle, unatukwa mero kwa Twitch, Messenger. Of course nabakaba natukwa mero kwa Afro mobile application. Umasuute app, by the way you can download it on the Google Play Store. Ukende byukaya tubana Liberty Online TV. App, by the way kaina holdingire ebintu benene. It is having news, it is having TVs. We are among the TVs that are there. Liberty Online TV ukabi tunayo kandi ukabi namubanayo na makuru mutina. Of course abanyene bukwete bakatwira makasende chi events media stranga bebererwa abanyene bukwetu abeligase chill out then abanyene betwa Peace World Social Center Chakere Carnival nabo bakubura batebiru 18 okwa Runzo Square tukasabi tunahayima tuna celebratinga. We are ready for you there kwa Chakere Carnival. Umusamaliri nyikiraye this time ekiru kyo munabire ngakuitire binene omwa international sports. Lekanga bini ngendo ma break umusamaliri kindi bini ngasubula ahambera ahunga kasa kuichaku international sports nibinene binamwende bika happening ngoma satu as far as FIFA balero bintu byabere tabuka lekanga bye eningasubula. Good morning.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here. In the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's what you feel in the gentle caress of tropical wind from the mountaintops. And the glow in your heart from a warm neighborly invite. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking to the taste of food that takes you on a journey. In the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth. in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
Bored of watching the same stuff on TV? Say no more! AfroMobile is now on smart TVs, bringing you the hottest Ugandan and African content, bigger, better, and right on your screen. Live TV? Check. Classic Ugandan series? Absolutely. The latest music shows and rewindable live events? You got it. No interruptions, no limits, just non-stop entertainment all in one application. Now streaming on Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and more. AfroMobile is your ultimate home entertainment sidekick. Getting started is a breeze. Just head to the App Store on your smart TV, search AfroMobile, download, and start watching. AfroMobile, authentic African stories.
As Kasese continues to grow through the years, Liberty TV is also coming close to 1 year on air. We want to say thank you to the people of Kasese for welcoming us into your homes and your hearts. Thank you for believing in us, watching our live programs, and supporting our journey. For the past year, we have been committed and working, bringing you news, entertainment, education, sports, and stories from our community. As we come to this milestone, we promise to continue serving you with even better programs. Liberty TV, your window to the world. Big news to our viewers, Liberty Television is now officially available on the AfroMobile app, bringing you quality entertainment, breaking news, inspiring stories, sports, music, talk shows, and much more anytime, anywhere. No matter where you are, you can now watch Liberty TV live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right from your smartphone, your tablet, your smart TV, through the AfroMobile app. We are committed to keeping you informed, educated, and entertained with fresh, reliable, and exciting content every single day from Kasese to Uganda, and from Uganda to the rest of the world. Liberty TV is closer to you than ever before. Download the AfroMobile app today, search Liberty TV, and enjoy uninterrupted live streaming wherever you go. Liberty TV, your window to the world, now streaming 24/7 on AfroMobile app. Big news just to our view.
Tap away. Whether it's music, your favorite Ugandan radio stations are just a tap away. Whether it's music, talk shows, or breaking news, AfroMobile has it all. AfroMobile, your radio, your way. AfroMobile, tune in anytime. Download now.
Liberty TV.
Okay eshe dakika ni atano nibire shamatana bakosa itano shomoja chechero cha mnabwire. This is Liberty Online TV, your window to the world. Mbuka kolecha badi haba kabibada tukwabire munyini waye osinja nabilangira message yukwao eribu natusabalira utia ukakola echa man. Of course ngokungana mkubaranyiti first kipindi chetu cyo kubanza tukabitule mu local sports, of course kandi twabitukene no national sports ukirinyikirira straight ngakubininga kutwala eisha kundibanga kutreman manene amakuru awanga makwibi awanga mabini ngakuhira eisha moshinja eribya imunatukwamira muti ya by the way mukakola echamani ni Professor Ronnie Kevin tukabituna kwa mene haima oma programu yetu eno sports round apa ha programu yetu vyama asata. Of course ubuke in the clubs kutisha timu esho sinamu itakatika season ikasa across the world esha club esho si hange machu wecho si esha timu sinamu itakatika season ikasa ngumi bira na muka ngumi biri vere na musanjo. Of course tuwa masamarera about the Premier League. A team Everton yabiri rwayo nerikiranizania ne team Arsenal eribya ibakindi bahiri musati yobakatama Christian Nogan. Everton yabiri kiranizania ne team ya Arsenal indi bakindi bahiri musati ono ya Christian Nogan. Arsenal yabiri kiriria ende timu ya Everton bakindi bahereresha sente million musanjo. Ubukinde timu ya Arsenal muyabi kaseyininga umusati ono eri mu timu ya Brentford okwasha sente esingeni milioni 10. Arsenal ikamuwulo musati ono kasokwa timu ya Arsenal. Arsenal muyamula sirinji milioni 10. Wakalwayo hakakangana ya ende Everton iyo yabere muwulo kwa timu Arsenal esha sente sirinji milioni musanju. Onone musati w'emyaka 32 ayobokolo kande makana pena kasati timu ya Arsenal. Arsenal muyetabika mukulisa ya kutsebo twamasamalera statistically musati ono mabina ka featuring Emeronde musanju. Emeronde musanju bunga bini ngama nsaya ende makana pena kasati timu ya Arsenal imipira musanju 7 appearances. 7 appearances. Omusatu nene modachi by the way and is a midfielder akasatra hakatikati myaka 32 eyo bokolo. So Everton yabiri lwayo nerikirira and itwe atukende bya ituka musaininga. Of course timu Everton Syria lwayo katukangania and officially sibali balibo bakatukangania and babiri bakamusaininga. So we are still waiting for this deal to be assigned officially. You know, see a club ikabika kiranzanini team. Of course umusati has to pass in a lot out erendo mwa medical. But of course awukalwa katukangana indi okwadilo eno umusati ono eyo katamu Christian Nogan akindi bina kenda a medical this week week eno akindi bina kenda medical kuti bakindi akindi bina eba kamu kebera ebyo bitotsebewe I mean a health status yewe ngaimene yitindiri timu ya Everton yangabi aika mu signinga aina marwayo nyitia awaka rwayo kwa timu Bradford. Timu ya Bradford yabiri rwayo neri signinga musati ono yabakatamu Mamadou Sagare. Mamadou Sagare has just become the Bradford mu website yabo abamabiri bakawule bawa eshasende eshahayuvu. So omusati ono ni mumali kandi omusati ono bamo musayininga eshasente esingene milioni 3 na musanju milioni 3 na musanju kandi akindi bina kasayininga a deal eyemyaka 5 okwa timu Brentford. So omusati ono bakamu homa timu ya Bournemouth by the way kamu homa timu Bournemouth. So Sagaro no kidibia inakasayininga contract eyemyaka 5 kungana makusoborera. So ono ni mumali mu Africa we see how Africa ngo kutuka producing abasati abuwere Africa mali iro mwa continent ya Africa. See how Africa we are producing a talent like this. So umusati ono akindi bina kasati team eye Brentford kande eribya iyo musati yo kandi namabi expensive erimuwula erimulito kwa bei ya hawulu okwa team eye Brentford. By the way, menduka samalera Africa as a continent, it is one of the continent you eka producing abana abonotesha talent. When you look at Amadi Diallo in Ivory Coast, wama samalera the so-called Osman, when you look at this, the legends from the Didier Drogba, yotwa samalera this player called who? This player, of course, about Brian Mbuemo, of course, was samalera about Mazarawi. African players, you see, when you look at abasati abo abe Morocco, all those are African players with talents. So Africa at least ika producing abasambi abo abamani kandi abanamu banamuuli gwane kyasente sinene okwa ma clubs awe English Premier League chikatwerera ye future. By the way, in Africa we are still producing the good quality players admired by English clubs. You see, United is having African players. Look at Brentford, look at even other players, I mean other clubs that are having African players. Look at Real Madrid, you see. So it's a team mutina anga oisi na utu abasambi abe Africans zibaneni African. We are producing a lot of players. Of course, ina makhayo anga kutwala omwa FIFA. Tunamuwa estore wiki ihwere tunamuwa estore ikabwiba wa ende aikambe mbetaya ekitongole echi FIFA. That is a Federation of International Football Association. Ekitongole ekyo ekika controllinga big tournament. Ekika controllinga that big tournament, that is a tournament of FIFA World Cup. So aika chembebetaya that is president ayukatibamu Gianni Infantino ono mwakana lwayo niribwa ende ekitongole kino bakanzere ulia okwasha shares ekitongole kino to the private people. Liberty Online TV twawitayitere lyako ende omumu kwa private abanga ulibwe this stake kutisha shares seno mwala wa Donald Trump yetu abitayitere ndiye balubanzire eriwulia stake yino. But now in that process a story kandi abere huluka, of course ya huluka recently bakabuwa wa ende ebitongole ngekonga kafu haimane bende bitongole byebiri lwayo nilirania ekirengekanyo kino ende ibo sibangende nya nachu ekiriwulya esha shares omwachitongole kino ekyo mupira kandi one of the biggest ekitongole ekyo kika controlling FIFA World Cup. So babiri lwaine ligani ibo sibanga indania ne ribi bakaula shares to the private people. Oyo ulengiro kwa screen kwaho ni president bakamwatamu Gianni Infantino ayiwa leta ekirengekanyo ekiribwindi babiba kaula ya shares esha stake omwa FIFA World Cup. So neryo ekirengekanyo kino of course babiri kigane babiri bwindi ayehe esendisha federation ngekonga kafu ebitongole bikembe betaya umupira umwe hange area North America bubaka nabi bakana ya ekitongole kino eritendera esha shares. Sometimes by the way muchikanareka sometimes abakulu abakambe betaya senior advisor wa president ono ya Gianni Infantino makanabi nakale ku mubiri ahawe decision ye no. Senior advisor yo bakatamu Carlos Codiero makanabia inaka resigninga kutsina kale ku mubiri as a senior advisor or president oyo yanga nabiro kuhulende bakama tamu Gianni Infantino senior advisor wewe makanabi nakalo ukwa mubiri ne resigninga. Of course amalwayi nirigania echilondo cheno inda echiribi mukawula isha shares to private people omakana lwe niribinda omabinya biwe angama kusomera bya hanu makana bati as a senior advisor to the FIFA president, former banker and lifelong football fan ama bati I cannot stand by while FIFA consider selling a stake in the World Cup. Ama what I had no involvement in this proposal in the yosabi lwemu o ma proposal you know FIFA ribi equal shareholder stakeholder and I oppose it. So Carlos Kaido so yo makanabia inaka resign nga kutina kareka omubere wewe. Actually makanabia inaka ekindu kino makanabia nakacha holati. This is a bad proposal. This is a bad idea for football. As a bad deal for FIFA's member association, bad deal for long term future eyo mupira. So ono makanabi na ono makanozime kitanu na ne omachindo chino echo mupira. So abiri lwayo ne redesigninga hawe that issue. Kandi amatukangane ngokungana makusomera ndi he was not involved in that proposal ya ekitongole kye FIFA eribi mutikanaleta erianziri uliesha stake okwaba private. By the way actually na ekindu kino sengali kiwagira by the way in this football fraternity na kutibutsibu when it comes to ompira wa hawulu because bamawuli ekindu kino. Of course aba stakeholders kusta aba private of course bakabi among the owners bakabi banganate kaho ebilayero ebyo suli minya ebyo ngatindife bayiringa abantu. Yes of course bakindi bakite kamwe shasende but of course banganate kaho gavende bilayiro friends ira chikopo chinu eshetimu sibye like ngikumi obunga talitenge kirenganye cyo so bangane hirawo esindisha bangane tebindi bilayiro and because about echi esha stakeholders echindo kisi kiwone by the way and in future umupira wato uwone amalole mbere chikabi chikita the future the future. I don't know ngabula esha sendenga shamabake haku eska controlling umupira I don't know because bake kwa that extent iri windi bakanze ri nanga bakawolesha shares I don't know because sinle inkananyiti FIFA ya very shares because the money is there one echo kubanza America mwikana bika hostinga champaka seno eshi FIFA World Cup ngumi birabra na muka what I know America bika nera mushasende sinene umi hostinga echindo chino and a lot of revenue was collected. You get abasa mbaka na uchinga FIFA World Cup you know. So I don't know why FIFA ikaloine tabana and tukawula yesha shares because when you are selling shares ukaberekera aba sponsors because ngamabenga na utamwe share of course I have to put in money ngabinga oterete kayesha sende and of which FIFA sibulire shasende by the way sibulire these people have money so a leadership eyo musha kulumukulu ono president Infantino abantu bana mulwayo aneremu criticizinga aneremu nangamwe tochi ende okwembebe chabuwebu nubwa mabyanga bwa makala even to that extent ende erenzeri ulia shares so echilondo chino mubaka nakiteka on board omulenge konga kafu nebintu bitongole binene mubaka nendi bikagania ekirengekanyo kino ibo sibata kwamanya nacho. And of course wakalweka they are not going to sell the stakes to the private owners. So sibendi bibakawuraya ekintu kino atami mupira bakanzira uliawo to the individuals. You see how football is now going. Ate tulikwanzira uli mupira to the individuals. You see, this is not good. By the way, nje kintu kino singali kiwagira the private owners erira mushasende because the initial issues isinene nesinene eshangatikirenza ina kwa kintu kino iki suri minyanku ngana kubwira ngakuna makusobolera nyuma hwaho inde kintu kino suri minya bakaba nganateka restrictions kuti batakaho ebintu byabo ebitindi favoringa the players team amahanga participating on kintu kino, that is FIFA World Cup. You see, wasinja elimi tusamalira musamaliri mu byanga. This is Liberty Online TV, your window to the world. Tuno program ikwetu sports roundup. Of course tukatuka saa 5 pakiri hikasa musanju wasinja bakayona following okwa Liberty Online TV, I mean okwa YouTube channel ikwetu www.geventmedia.com nipaka pano tukwamiro kwa Afro Mobi app nenyu mukako lecha mani eribi mna tukwamire oma programu ya treno sports round up musamariri tuli omachi atoka kito cha kabere kuti omasa yetu eya kabere omatukende tukakuleberia ebyo omuli international sports eyunga makuhayo I mean tuchinoma FIFA World Cup. Of course tumeche sindekendeke ende coach ono yebakatamu Hugo Bros ono alwakatendeke timu South Africa, that is Bafana wakarwayo akakangana ya in a contract yewe moikanabia kahwako then babiri rwayo na rangerera ende coach ono a contract yewe ikabya yabere hwako. So South Africa yabiri rwayo kwa social media hado shabona irikangania churu chaka 5 indi Hugo Bros abiribya inaka contract yewe ikabya yabere hwako bachi kama sachiti abiribina kalu kwa team South Africa. Bros ono namabetendeka timu ya South Africa miaka 5 ina namtendeka. And of course wamaenda ukasamalera coach ono makana kwa landeke makana bina ka performing andeke. And of course coach ono ni mu Belgium miaka asanjuni ni eyobukulu makana bina ka otikaya timu ya South Africa eribinda kabalidinga erihika first ever experience, I mean first ever appearance in the World Cup knockout stages. Appearance in the first knockout stages. So mba ipa kuma knockout stages. And of course kocho no makanabi ina kaba mbembeta ya omabahicha knockout stage first ever. By the way ikabi a good achievement by the way. Kundiba wamabisu usu kata iko kwa stage ndebe. Of course ukabi wamabi kolumbiru wa man. So Belgium ono Belgian miaka sanjuni niyo bukula contract yewe mwikana wako. So abiri bina kalo kwa timu eno as a head coach. So tukindi bitu kariba ya South Africa nga yamabi ika pointinga ande aikibina kasuba omwabisandu beko wewe tunauha tutia musamariri mubuyanga Rodri ono ni midfielder owe Manchester City. Rodri timu ya Real Madrid yabiri rwayo nerikangania ende Stephen Tabana erisaininga ya Rodri kundibwa timu ya Real Madrid inacha sindekenda kindi musati ono anenzi rivajoininga. So timu ya Manchester City nabo banalindirire umusati ono nga nimwe ndi binakenda ku timu ye Real Madrid either nga kindi binakakola ki nga kasaininga contract embyaka so ubukinde omusati ono anamulama is recovering ubukinde alwero omuwongo omuwongo akamuluma so anamulama ngokumunga nabyo ngakusobolera so etimu ye Real Madrid yabilwanirikangane endese bande bakatabana erisaininga omusati ono kunde banekisindekendeke ende ananzire ribinakakola ki inakava joininga that is a player for Manchester City, that is Rodri mu kwabasati abu abashaininga ndekendeke by the way omachikopo ichi FIFA World Cup. He was the best player omachikopo ichi FIFA World Cup. Omwembembetya akutiriwa ticha etimu ya Real Madrid eribi bakayisingira ekikopo echa FIFA World Cup 2026 kandi ekikopo ekyakabere okwa timu eye Spain. That is Rodri ongama kuhirayo okwa musati yo of course ngama kutwala okwa timu eye ngama kutwala okwa timu timu ye Chelsea. I mean Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford tunekisendekendeke indi mwaka na luwa okwa timu ye Barcelona. Season hii where yusimu bina kaunzerera inanyo kwa loan deal okwa timu ye Barcelona. So Marcus Rashford waka ruayo akakangana ya indi mwaka na bina kala ga timu ye Barcelona akabat bye bye. So Rashford says his final goodbye to Barcelona. So umabinyo bewe ngende kusomera hano mwaka nabina kabat extremely grateful to everyone at the club for turning my time here into such a positive and unforgettable experience. I have loved every moment and I will carry those special moments with me. So wishing the club and the fans the very best of luck and massive successful at this season. So ebibi binye bya Marcus Rashford akalawe timu eye Barcelona, of course akasubayo kwa timu eye Manchester United. And by the way speculations kwitwa rugambo lunamulone kangani nti Marcus Rashford akindi bina katwaininga timu ye Manchester United this preseason, so akindi bina katwaininga and Michael Carrick by the way wamuma omabinyobi wonayo nimu wate omusati ono ya Marcus Rashford bakindi bye bakakolanga na haima in case hamata tabanike timu eyo eikabya eikamwitara Michael Carrick amwate he is ready to work with Marcus Rashford. By the way Marcus Rashford wa musamarera. Marcus Rashford performed well kwa timu ye Barcelona ne kwa loan. And he's still no much nendi emyaka ina mwende ikamwenda ako, but Marcus Rashford he's still a promising player. I think ya Marcus Rashford yoyo Manchester United ya mamwikirira ikutika tindi muburia. This Marcus Rashford can boost Manchester United because omalangira Manchester United by the way bakaino machikopo cha Champions League. And when you have Marcus Rashford who has been playing for Barcelona, and of course not just in the team of Barcelona you Sata a Champions League. But when you have such a kind of a player who knows the experience in the Champions League, that player who can recover for you in case kwa players about which kutiba matunga iringa injury, of course Marcus Rashford can recover by the way. And by the way Marcus Rashford to me amasokwa timu ya Manchester United, it will be like a new signing. He coming a new signing game biaka because suli menya in the Marcus Rashford ngokunga na makusobole and he can recover, he can be a replacement. Manchester United inimwe ndika nomuchi nendi stuto langera aba bande bakahuruka. Of course Rashford nanga biri luaho Casemiro when you look at ugata note injury so ya Marcus Rashford amasokwa timu ya Manchester United. The question is akende bina kasata namba ya high. So that is the question. And where is he going to play? When you look at Umasha Wings, Banaute, Matthias Cunha, there is the Brian Mbuemo, there is Amadi Diallo, and other players. But where is Marcus Rashford going to play? yes, to me, Marcus Rashford anaote namba yanga nasata. Even if namanga kwa benchi, it is okay. He's your player. Because this is a player whereby in the amalo kwa bench, angana sina changing at that momentum in the match. Kutina sina kuwa teaching at every goal. Because chindo china abili chimunga na chisamarera okuwa ina namu satetimu iwi England. Marcus Rashford, ana namu kwa bench, ina namu satande, ina namu kanganendeke. Has been ina namu kangani impact when he comes from the bench. Inabila ngana tebe goal kutina satakawa impact when providing that assist. Njinga win the team ya Manchester United ya Marcus Rashford, they should welcome him well. And Michael Carrick, by the way, knows this player because Marcus Rashford was from the academy, and we know how Marcus Rashford performed well previously in season as well. When I still remember Moutukubwa Algan Shosha. In that period, Marcus Rashford was performing very well. And I know Marcus Rashford still wants to prove himself in the Anganata Sasatande Kokotumi Manchester United. Syndicated in the Manchester United for that reason. He can come on the bench now what it me Manchester United. He can come and change the ball. He can recover for other players. You see, something like that. Manchester United is going to play Champions League. You're going to play Premier League. You're going to play a domestic cups. Domestic cup, I mean, that is English Premier League, that is FA Cup and a Carabao Cup. So if you have a player like that, Marcus Rashford, you probably not a squad depth. You probably not an experienced player. Are you going to a teacher? He knows English Premier League. That is Marcus Rashford. Why do you need to sell such kind of a player? Can you know how English Premier League trick is? Can you use Kumusa Tingo? So Njenga with Manchester United, they shouldn't sell Marcus Rashford. Instead, they should concentrate on other of course, Manchester United midfield they are signing. Of course, Andre Santos. When you look at the midfield, Yuri Talisman. Like that. Iye ne timu yangu merere kwa timu ya Manchester United. Mubaka nabi baka performing ngandeke by the way pre-season. Mutukana langire timu ya Manchester United umpira wabu wabia akatikati ke timu Atletico Madrid. Hai mane timu ya Manchester United. What a performance. What a performance. What a performance by the way. Timu ya Manchester United ikasingesha golu ibiri. Okwaguma Brani Mbwemo umakana binda kamakana tebisha golu ibiri ku mpira oyo. Mutukalangira this academy boy called Shea Lace. Shea Lace by the way onone mwana murere wakana shining mu mipira ibiri pre-season okwa timu ye Rosenborg haimani Atletico Madrid. Mukana bini ngali bayo obu clips obu musati ono yabakatamu Shea Liganse. Obuli mundu wose makana mukania kondeke indoma no abiri proving himself and he can play football. He can play football. Omana no akakoleso yokulu kwa left and right. Is a good player by the way. Is a good player. When it comes to kwa ground umachi satiro, he is a player very has that mentality wenendeke with the ball. Sa likobuba in the everyone was proud of this guy by the way. That is Shea Lesson. Yeah, this is going to be one of the academy in the Michael Carrick abakaya producinga. Abakaya producinga kwa timu ye Manchester United. He's a good player by the way, has proved himself. Ngale ndisha timu omwana oyo mwirende Manchester United ya mabere mu display ngayitia. He is a promising player. Nimusati anamusatandeke. Ngale Michael Carrick is proud of this guy by the way and is ready to give minutes to this player Shea Lace. akasate midfielder of course angenenge I mean akasate wing kandi anganengera no mu midfielder iko akasate sha number 9 when it comes to on the ground. He's a good player, by the way. I was impressed with his performance. Sade Sagasa Wuba, he can he is that kind of a player who can run with the ball with that confidence. And of course tukalangira combination eyo ukompira wono mu merere tukalangira Mason Mount naye akaikangania and he still has to provide, has to give kwa timu ya Manchester United. Galeka neche chikasumbua omusati ono ya Mason Mount ye injury has been disturbing Mason Mount. He performed well compared with Atletico Madrid with that passes moving forward, you know, that number 8 role. It is what he plays kwa timu ya Manchester, and that is his natural role, by the way. Yeah, Mason Mount, and everyone was very happy for his performance. And this guy yaba say ningo kwa timu ya Chelsea, that is Andre Santos. Now you make a displaying and everyone is talking is going to be one of the best midfielder. However, this is pre-season, by the way. So nga we decide look it kerimu ratinga inda hatia asatandeke inda hatia uyo wakabe inda hata sanene kerimu kumbia ringa with other players. But now with the pendist, the legends, wanamu mukania kuindoma no is going to play well, by the way. He has proved himself that Andre Santos, that confidence he has, that movements eshekai kule so much sateru na neno mupira with those passes, he can win tackles, duels, ebenunga bemutinanga wina no kwati sateru. That is Andre Santos. Na imakana satandeke, by the way, na imakana proving, and he omalanguru mpira waka sata, by the way, that Andre Santos, he plays like Rodri, that style of Casemiro. Omutati oyo ni midfielder, is a defensive midfielder akasatande enyuma kanini. He's that kind of a player who protects the defenders. You know, when they call you a defensive midfielder, chikama sachiti na ukaliwanga nawo teacher by defenders okutindi kwa kumupira luba, you get. That is Andre Santos. He is good, by the way. He's good. So United mi kana performing andeke okompiro we Atletico Madrid tukalangira na Brian Mbwemo akateba eshagulu 2 andi bakasunga umupiro yo agulu 2 okwangu mbaka nabi bakasinga that struggle cup, that snapdragon, you know, mukalangira kwa jazi Manchester United hanuba na andikira kwa a snapdragon. Those are the sponsors. So mbaka nabi bakasinga chikopo echo ilisinga timu Atletico Madrid. Chikama sachiti Atletico Madrid nabo bakambale snap mbaka nayo wako bamasata chikopo echo. So United yamabika korechi yamabya ikasinga chikopo echo in that pre-season. That is all about Manchester United. Ngidi bini ngasa hambera huwa by the about Manchester United. Banoto musaiti waba kanzirisa ininga. Banoto musaiti waba kanzirisa ininga. Eshedekika ni abiridi tanosha matala wakwasa mukaga ashere tonjire chiru cha mnabiri wasinja. Ilibi unetu kwa mire utema program yetu ya Sports Roundup. MC Professor Ron Kevini ni nyiga kwika kwa program yetu eno eyevya sata. Omusamariri ubiye ukanyikirira ya agabini ngero ma break. Leka ngabini gakwatse akarangwa ke tourism wako. Of course tunamumenyerera, by the way. Tourism, by the way, ni binamwe ndibika tourism all about. Tourism, by the way, abantu muire twitsengero mu bibiri tourism. Tourism is one of the things that binamwe ngiresha sende. Omundu uri wabwabe biwanga na yihimbira esha hotels abarambura ba visitors abakasarambura bisoro ebi bakabibanga nasi bakisho mu hotels shawo, and we benefit from that tourism. That's collect to the marathon, by the way. These are the things when we are vendu every character abaramburi, a lot of people are going to come in this Tascalite Rwenzori marathon. That is August 2020. Disu wite sharoji eshabandu bakikisham then chesenda skabishama kutalako. So tourism is becoming a big issue and is becoming something that produces something that brings a lot of money by the way. So lekanga binga kwachakana ngo tunamwendo mwa break yiku wetu lekanga bine ngasubula omusamaliri mu buyanga.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here. In the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's what you feel in the gentle caress of tropical wind from the mountaintops. And the glow in your heart from a warm neighborly invite. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey. In the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth. In the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
Liberty TV.
Ebiro bya kwezi 18 ukwezi 10 chakere kanivo uko Renzori Square ekasese chahwere bonde ini 18 ukwezi 10 irigiramu omutwalu JP mitwale 2 emeza mitwalo 5 ne milioni ngoma asatu sange nabimbi abosi abana beka irirwa yarasi kasese ne bundi bujo wase tulie tunywe totole isi waferwa ebyalya ebinywa amawotore owetu owezarwa ebiuma screens n'amatara n'ibya tal audio tukalenderera coronation ya tata owetetwa omusinga owezururu eyo mwaka ono abanyarwenzoruru itwe bose uko Renzori Square ekasese.
Liberty TV.
As Kasese continues to grow through the years, Liberty TV is also coming close to 1 year on air. We want to say thank you to the people of Kasese for welcoming us into your homes and your hearts. Thank you for believing in us, watching our live programs and supporting our journey. For the past year, we have been committed and working, bringing you news, entertainment, education, sports, and stories from our community. As we come to this milestone, we promise to continue serving you with even better programs. Liberty TV, your window to the world.
Life moves fast, but staying connected should always be simple.
Introducing Airtel Masaza Bundles. Fully loaded with more minutes, more data, more SMS, more value.
Cool, ma'am. Text the crew, stream your playlist, close that deal. All from as low as just 15K.
Choose the pack that fits your lifestyle.
Dial *100 *06#.
Or use the My Airtel app.
Airtel's Masaza Bundles. Best price, bigger value, zero stress.
All on Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Every click, every post, every share leaves a digital footprint. But do you know what the law says about your online actions? The Uganda Communications Commission is bringing you elaborative infomercial video series breaking down the Computer Misuse Act into simple, real-life stories you can relate to. From online safety to your rights and the penalties for misuse, we'll unpack it all. Stay tuned, learn the law, stay safe online. The Computer Misuse Act, explained for you.
Thank you again for tuning into this program where we're talking about the Computer Misuse Act in Uganda. In the previous episodes, we've been talking about issues pertaining to adults, hate speech, misuse of computers. But today, we want to focus on how does this law protect and preserve the rights of the children. The Computer Misuse Act introduced Section 23 to primarily focus on protection of children against unauthorized sharing of information about children. In 2022, Parliament amended the Computer Misuse Act and introduced this provision, Section 23, which is clearly focused on protecting and preserving the rights of children. It says, a person shall not send, share, or transmit any information about or that relates to a child through a computer unless the person obtains the consent of the parent or guardian of the child or another person having authority to make decisions on behalf of a child. Authorized by law is another angle that opens a category for people that the law allows to share information about children, because on matters regarding children, we are guided by a principle we call the child welfare principle. That in every situation where as an adult you are deciding how to treat or deal with a situation involving a child, you should be guided by what is best suited to improve the welfare, the circumstances, the well-being of that child. The law goes on to say that if you do not follow this process and you just on your own publish, share pictures or information about a child without getting the consent, you commit an offense. And guess what? The penalty is quite big. It says you can be convicted and be ordered to pay a fine 750 currency points, which is 15 million Ugandan shillings, or imprisonment to a term not exceeding 7 years or both. This is all intended to preserve the rights of children, because children are the foundation of tomorrow, and we all have a duty to protect them to grow as normal children without being exposed to any risks. The state has a duty to protect those children before they become of age and decide their own destiny. So please, let's help the children grow well and become responsible citizens that will continue.
Liberty TV.
dakikani asatu namunane shamatala kwa saha mukaga shere tunjiri kiro chemebiri tumprogram kwetu ye sports round up and of course tukawa tuti mwasinjiri mna tukwamera mutia ama program yiku wetu mwasinja awakafira G events media of course banyini bikuwata beligasi chill out chakere carnival ebiru 18 get it for that a useful youth of course kwetu ave Peace World social center abo baba sponsored by the way bakaleke program yetu eno yabika byaho by the way of course wamandheri byukarangane to business by the way byukarete business ukwawo tubye tukarangayo then twangali bikirikako akabeni kanirania shana bashetu sekabse namulaba hikwaho ubye ukatuterera then twangabye tukaranga business ikwawo of course atwamaiko mapati yeri bitukawonzera program yetu ichiro echamnabiro of course alekanga kulebera yeyo awangabya anga kuitre reyo etimu ya Manchester United haimane na coach aikatendeka etimu ya bakali you know esha clubs by the way shamukalangirisi sinawete women clubs take an example Manchester United inawete women club Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, what esha club shamukalangirisi European clubs they all have women clubs and kandi banotisha ligi hii kandi banotisha women super leagues these clubs eshibana ashitimusha bakali so etimu ya Manchester United haima na coach ono yabakatamu Marcus Skinner ndio langrama Marcus Skinner so nishame nao basungwana nayo tukayolumanga so Marcus Skinner abilwayo nirikangania ende every terminating a contract yuko wewe nga Manchester United women coach team so esha sources kakanga na ya ende coach ono abiribya enaka had been offered his resigning before an agreement with this club neroka ndi chikabwa wa ende ya coach ono mabena saba etimu ya Manchester United ende babibaka sasa improvinga kuti ereta sayira mwesho sende kwa club eye Manchester United ono ni coach wa myaka ani ni satoyo bukulu so abiri lwayo nerikangania ende has agreed ne timu ya Manchester United ende akisaba coachinga so so abitasa korachi abitasa terminating a contract yuko wewe because I mean anze terminating ayo betu awakalwayo akakangana ya ende ya coach ono Manchester United ya bitasa kirenzania na coach ono ende akitasaba mbembetia kwa timu eye Manchester United kwa timu yo ya bakali. That is Manchester United. That is kwa timu ya Manchester United. Of course kwa timu ya nangu mereye Manchester United banamulwayo nirikangania ende bakaitaga omusati kwa timu ya Newcastle United yakatama Luis Hall ono akasata left wing kwa timu ya Newcastle United. Manchester United yabilwayo nirikangania indi interested omusaininga omusati ono left back owe Newcastle United. Ukindi Manchester United banamulwayo nirondekania oyo ayuango competinga na Luxio umana mbisatu. Luxio akasate na mbisatu kwa timu ya Manchester United. But of course wa malangremi ya Luxio sen ya wete nimi ya kamenene. And of course when you look at Luxio is the injury prone. Injury skamu sumbua. So a United inamulangire solution ya reta kaho elangire at least and ambaye we ine covered. And of course umisolo vinga that babere samalero musati on owe Newcastle United na bisatu bakatama Luis Hall edibi bakanze remuleta okwa team eye Manchester United. Nishatima senene by the way solution mwanzo umusati ono but now the team ya Manchester United asa no currently ni bali the leading contenders eriendeleta omusati ono owe Newcastle United. Newcastle, by the way, every day uli basati banene by the way kandi abali key okwa club eyo. Look at Sandro Tonali, look at Gumarezi, look at this Luis Hall na yo banamu mupeleleja. Look at Alexander Isak. Nabirendo kwa timu ya Liverpool. So timu eye Newcastle by the way ningumesho kwa timu ya Shabrand ska producing abana abasambe abawutasha talents. So Newcastle is one of those teams that has produced good quality players, and of course ukalangira esha big clubs sika adimerenga kutisikanza abasati bukuwa Manchester United inema za Luis Hall, Arsenal na yabiri rwayo nerikiralizania ni timu eye Newcastle United eri bakidibahirira ya Gumarez from Newcastle United. So Newcastle by the way ka producing abana buwanende kandi sha big clubs na mubitra Arsenal, Manchester United. Look at timu ya Liverpool, look at Barcelona muyabika twala Anthony Gordon from Newcastle United. By the way Newcastle this season ikaya kolesha sende by the way, and that's why ukalangira yakochi wabo makana lwayo neribya inakare ku mubiri nakawat mureke ngatukeresera aside that coach that is Eddie Howe abiri lwayo niribwat jembutatale kanga ngesa yera. And of course timu ye Newcastle babiri lwayo neri anausinga ende babiri leta coach omuhyaka that is Jesolo ikaya atendeka timu eno Newcastle United. Yona makuhayo ukosi ngalo kwa timu ya Manchester United indi babiri anza ereleto mwana omusati ono yobakatamu Luis Hall na bisatu eriya competing with Luke Shaw kwa timu ya Manchester United. Vinicius Junior Arsenal yilu inamwanza omwana ono omusati ono. Arsenal is exploring a deal for Real Madrid winger that is Vinicius Junior. Abandu banamukanya okwadilo eno eya Vinicius Junior eribya endanganaso kwa timu eye Arsenal. Nibi bulebe nene ebi nimwe ndibikabuliwa India Vinicius Junior anamaso kwa timu ya Arsenal kwitsi yes. Debate wamenduka review kwa sha TikTok kwa sha media handles, people are debating, will Arsenal really sign Vinicius Junior? Of course a story numunga naletayo in umusati ono akazi bawone timu ya Arsenal kandi Arsenal muyabya ikakangana ya eshasende eshiyenga hereri umusati ono in case amatindi signing a contract imbyaka kwa timu eye Real Madrid. But Real Madrid right now inamu making sure in doma no ikamu making sure in the akashalo kwa timu eye timu ye Real Madrid. Mourinho anamulangira tuma no akaseninge contract imbyaka kwa timu ya Real Madrid. And Arsenal Vinicius Junior amatindi signing contract embyaka kwa timu ya Real Madrid. Ubukende contract yu yamashyala kwa amezi 18. So amatindi signing of course the Arsenal ikindi ikaula umusati ono left wing kwa timu ya Real Madrid. But the question is Arsenal yana signing umusati ono na Vinicius Junior naye namikiriria ende anganendo kwa timu ya Arsenal. So ebintu bibule binamubulibwa nabantu. For what reason will Vinicius Junior really join Arsenal? Okay, tomale yuko timu ya Arsenal saheno hanga satir. Of course Arsenal ikaronda ya replacement kute yo ngasata umanamba ya Martinelli. Bukide Martinelli ni yakasata left wing kwa timu ya Arsenal. Umangere kwa both wings shabushi sibili. Bukayo saka kasata right wing. Then Martinelli na sata left wing. Now season hii where Mikel Arteta matatabina kakolesa ya Martinelli. But now Arsenal inamurondia that number kwa namba ya yoangasa tahaima na kuta yangu ngo competinga either Arsenal ya mabi nanzire iriwuria ya Martinelli. Of course Vinicius Junior is seen as an option erisata a number you, but the question is namaso kwa timu ya Arsenal. So that is the question. Tukini sabi tuka analyze ngabena no kwa in case timu ya Arsenal ya signing Vinicius Junior. Tukini ndi tunamba manisha ya Vinicius Junior nga namasigning contract embyaka kwiti ayihe before we go beyond because sitonga tukiri analyzing and Arsenal but sitangabu bo Arsenal in case ya mamusigninga what will he do. We shall talk about it when the deal ya Malabam in case Arsenal mamusigninga, and we shall get updates about Vinicius Junior either nga namasigning contract embyaka kwiti that is Vinicius Junior myaka bendamaka yobukulu nuni Brazilian one of the best wingers by the way carrying the rest heno kandi abakawule bawashasende sinene that is Vinicius Junior that Brazilian player of course hawanga kwitira kwa timu eye Chelsea nga kwitira manena makuru by the way kwa timu ye Chelsea edimbere ngindi tukano musati yabakatamwa Joe Pedro woka rwayo akangana inde musati olu akiribina kasaininga contract yaka kwa timu ya the Blues that is Chelsea ono bukende ni forward mu wabiba kambulise kwa timu Brighton season ei where Chelsea yuli namukolesha musati ono ena kanina namba satera ni myaka abiri ni yobukulu umusati ono kanene forward etimu ya Chelsea ngokuba namukulende mu yabika mu lusaya okwa Brighton last summer okwa shasende singene a million euros million pounds. You know there is euros and pounds. So Chelsea yabika mleto kwa pound millions asingene makumi 5 anero kandi wakalwa yakakangana indi musati ono abiri ndakasairinga contract embyaka aikiribika mutwala that is eri muhicho mwaka wangu 2032. Now if you count from 2026 to 2032 how many years are those abasomera kibaru nenyu namba basiyira ako so Joao Pedro abisairinga contract embyaka kwa timu ya Chelsea erika 2032. If I'm not mistaken, that is like around 2 years. If I'm not mistaken, not 3 around there. So that is Joao Pedro. Mnalengero kwa screen kwa ho. That is Joao Pedro. Erive kisaini contract mbiyaka. Wikendi coach muhiaka ni Zabi Alonso nayo anabuata umano noleka tumuhe contract mbiyaka tukayambukulisa ya. Iyene timu ngumerere. Mneburenga utama nene okwa timu ye Chelsea. Mukail Modric abirebe na barasobula okwa timu ye Chelsea. Tukisinda kende Mukail Modric aluna na utwa musango. Unesha basaitiva anu by the way sometimes nabo bakana suwa ya. Iwasangana ina imahambo mana wabene that is some sort of rep tukana langira ya Thomas Pato mkubacho mkana wako ito langira misango muringa iri kulisha belagala iri kulisha esha drugs istikiriribawa so ya Mukai Modric ono ala naute ikes eyiri windi mwakole kulisha drugs yabyo maybe bikabaherera amani kandi bikabatamira ya so muchale kabama kola chibama mustopinga eritindisatu mpira ngali kana isizo ne iwere almost mubamuha bani emyaka mwaka mu and of course abere wako sizo ne iwere matatabe kakurachi inaka sata umupira then wakalwa yakangana indi that case yiwo yabiri bya resolved ngokumu nesama musati oyo that is Mikhailo Modric doping a case resolved. He is now available okwa team eye Chelsea. Mukai Modric by the way akasate left wing. He is one of those players akasate left wing if I'm not mistaken. That is right wing. So omusati ono abesuhula langirinde akasa competinga is back in action. Is back in action after omusango werehwa omusango yeribindi mubabwamba kakulesa ya echa drugs. Omwabinywe bya Zabi Alonso mwakana lwayo neribindi mwakana kanyo kwa mwana ono amabwati we are happy for him. That is the Zabi Alonso Chelsea manager is welcoming back him to the squad and has cleared the return to play for the club following a door being banned. so ya coach atyatsemire omwana ono eribi nabere subula and of course akalangira ati bakakola naima omwana ono akapasa tumpira Mikailo Modric Galenkana, by the way, it is the big boost kwa timu ya Chelsea omwana ono eribi nabere subula because this is a player mtu tukamlangira akasokwa timu ya Chelsea tukaselangira some kind of good football from him, Mikailo Modric. And this is a player who runs very faster with the ball. And he's a good player, by the way, Mikailo Modric. We are going to see the energy, the possibility yakayakangana ya okwa timu ya Chelsea and how Xabi Alonso is going to use this player kwa timu ya Chelsea. That is Mikailo Modric eribi nabere subula okwa timu ya Chelsea iri nyumaho musango wewe eribi nabere tramu na rekebo. By the way, even about Chelsea, Chelsea by the way mubaka na fine ngayo. Chelsea mubaka na fine ngayo. Mubaka na balusha mwesha sente, that is milioni 10. Indi because mubabiba kaula abasati vanene umusuzine yihwere itimu ya Chelsea Ibrahimovic inachine mukuru uwe timu no kuti the own of this club. So omakatari bakaula basambi, when you remember back enyumaho bakaula basambi almost like basambi abarenga Bernamwens na mutu pa not mistaken bawulira basambi bamenda beyond bamabolesha sende sinene. So ebinunga byamutinanga oyi. So FIFA mwikana abafayininga milioni 10 kandi bamabaha ne transfer ban ey'emyaka 2 for that case. For that case. Wamabuka that season ye ngumi 2009 and 2022. So that case around there umamyaka yo. So Chelsea babifayiningayo milioni 10 nerebaherere a total ban, a transfer total ban ey'emyezi y'emyaka 2. So that is a team Chelsea okwayenga kuwoterayo okomakuru owa muna wire. Twamendo kwa musati ono oyeba katamu Kati Romero, that is Tottenham Hotspur's player. Of course, Inter Milan yabirirwayo neribwa ende bakayakola a decision soon okwa musati ono eribyenga banama mukiriria. No issue on agreement with the Spurs on free, ask some salary, his Tottenham. So etimu ya Inter Milan siri ikayakola decision yayo soon and related to musati ono yabakatama Kati Unoni defender, by the way, mulengo kwa squid kuwa ni defender owe timu eye Tottenham Hotspurs. Yade Zabi mweka nelwayo nerikangania and they are not forcing players to stay. Kandi amaloni ribwindi omusati ono is a good player. Ama watu kandi for us we are ready to work with him. But ama watu a decision chikindi rugiriro kweyo. Kandi ama watu he's not forcing players to stay at the club. Sorry forcing abasati staying kwa club. But for him, he's ready to work with Kati Romero. Only the defender, by the way, ni Argentina. Mtu abetu kama Samarera akashaininga, by the way, umatimu ya Argentina. He's a good player. This is a player kanda kachira muno erutungesha injury, even red cards. Yeah, because of that possibility. He's a stronger player. Moreover, katungisha injury kanda katunganisha red card. He plays badly, this player, by the way. Ya Romero waka satanave. But it's good when it comes to one-on-one. Mamabi mwana imana ya kendi vina keku defendinga. He's a good player. He's a good player, by the way. Chelsea, I mean, timu ya Tottenham Hotspur, by the way, if you let this player to get away from you, mukabi mama luzinga, umusati yuwene. And moreover, this kind of player who knows English Premier League, ituwa muli tingine endo ma club, it's not going to be good, by the way. To me, Tottenham Hotspur shouldn't let this player to to move away. Instead, they should at least add him the salary because he understands English Premier League. He understands those players, our forwards, when it comes to one-on-one defending. When it comes to one-on-one defending, Momo Kwamo defending is a good player. He knows these players, the so-called Haaland, the so-called Bryan Mbeumo. He knows the players and how they play. This Romeo, the defender away Tottenham Hotspurs, by the way. No, I don't support it. Musa to live in a car and from Inter Milan, Tottenham, retaining it. And the Deserbi should not let this player to go. However, sorry for saying them to move away. But he said for him, he will be happy for him to stay or continue Tottenham Hotspurs. Timu ya Liverpool, by the way, mwika nasubirwa ne timu ya Leeds United ishagoro ini okwibire oma pre-season. You know, esha timu sinamu enda sikasatesha pre-season ngo kunga abereta kusabiro kwa timu ya Manchester United ikasuye shagoro ibiro kwangu ma nesilisha timu sinamu enda sikasatesha pre-season. Omulinge ne timu ya Liverpool nayi mwika nasubirwa ne timu ya Leeds United eshagoro ini okwibire ubukire timu ya Liverpool right now currently seheno bawuche coach muhyaka that is Andon Ariola makana lwayo nirikani kwa result ye no amabwa at sisi ngokumukana luzingo mpero oyu ende muba satenda kuma first half but uma second half format in Saturday. So generally umabinyu amabwa they have observed the mistake they made and they are going to see how they are going to solve those mistakes and the challenges they see in their game pre-season. Ukidisha game by the way skabisika sata the league skasukari tekateka. Yes, tekateka, that is pre-season, that one by pre-season. Eri tekateka eri sati eri banamu tekateka kandi banamu ikangania ngabake sala bangana kubate season ikatuka. So the team has to prepare. And Ariola makanabati it's okay, they have observed the mistake, they know where they are going to improve. So that is coach muhyaka irinyumaho timu ya Leeds United ikabasuria echagoro ini kwa ino kwibira. By the way, I don't know where the team ya Liverpool haikaya lolanga ni hai because this is a new coach. Muwa bingire this Ancelotti mwa mwesinga chikopo. However, na yirisinga chikopo by the way. Ebibuli bya binamugulibwa ende mwasanga hu timu ya Jurgen Klopp never built. That's why yanango yo coach yababingo yo Ancelotti ndi mwesinga chikopo for the first season mwechisinga. But the players he found there they were for Jurgen Klopp because abinabiri himbe team inabiri himba. Of course mwasanga nayo he didn't change anything. Mwatabane kachaka on mechu sichusi. That's why Liverpool doubted. That's why they chased him. Now this is a new year kaveri ya mamurema and even finishing in the top 4 ya mamurema. Amunze Roma chakatano. Amunze Roma chakatano and slot. So Liverpool mauta ukatuta bana uchikopo cha bana uwa mabimuwa singa chikopo. You the defending champion. Kandi wasiwa umacha katano. So mama benga. Moreover Chelsea, moreover I mean a team in Liverpool kisat the Champions League this season. But because of the slot that was given to the English Premier League clubs for performing very well in the European competitions. You know, there is that slot of Okengana Mendo Master and Yerebacha. Liverpool we cannot get a chance in the English Premier League. Muba herere ye slot. Esha timu esha sata oma European competitions musha ya performing ande ke then mama herere English Premier League ye slot nguma. If I'm not mistaken, if they are true, but it is one. So a team in Liverpool yama isanganiro machakatan and they got that advantage and they bakindi bakendo muchi or my Champions League. So chama toka in English Premier League kindi bikatwa labangahe batran. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they are 6 because ni timu ya Aston Villa nayo yeneho. Timu ya Aston Villa yeneho. So English Premier League is going to take only 6 clubs that are going to present in the UEFA Champions League. If they continue also performing well, that again the slot will be back. The slot will be back. So that's how Liverpool ngukuya chikayitia omwa Champions League. And because of all these, Liverpool iliyo machakatano, strugglinga, and Liverpool they brought a lot of players by the kind of Sinene. When you look at Alexander Isak from Liverpool, when you look at Florian Watsi, Filipongo, the Hugo Ekitike, they didn't give everything. They didn't perform well, by the way. They didn't perform well, so that's why they chased Pamavinga and a slot. Of course, we here call you that is Andoni Ariola na iruko timu ye Bournemouth. Now we are going to see Liverpool nayi nga ikindi bya eika no lahai okwa season eikasa no muchinende tunamusama. This is pre-season, we cannot charge him right now as a hand. Ladies United Royal limushirisha guli no kwibiri. You cannot blame. However, it is a pre-season. So we are going to see a season ikatuke aberena chuma that is August 2026 tukala English Premier League ikatuka katika timu ya Arsenal wa Imane Coventry. So we shall see how he's going to perform. That coach Liverpool, that is a slot. Ishedakika ni isatu eshamalaba kwa saha musanji cherechodire chero echa munabire ngo kumoneta sinda kenda kinde program yetu ni katuka saha itano pakerihika saha musanji mwira kabate ayuka hinga lobire aka na lumbuka. Of course masija ba sponsors bukwetu G Events Media abanyene bukwetu abe legacy chill out abanyene bukwetu abe Peace World Social Center abanyene bukwetu abe Chakere Carnival abakamane jinga chinde chinde nareta katika chinde chinde tukaba tutima sinja ari mnamta katika kande ni rutwiri business retu namurange Chakere Carnival mukakola echamani aba sponsors betu nyugo si wasinje sponsoring program iko ya tanoni mimi kale ketu abyaho langire tukawira yako langire tuka bahera ya ebya masata sports round up. Of course about your business bya mukasereta mukasera tukaserangirira langire mama bimukai biza yaho no mukorechi ni mutunga bakastom omusamariri ukinyikirire ngibi ngasubira yahano ubiye calendar program ikuwaho Star Booze is coming saha 10 nguma ubiye uneko unamu enjoying the music enjoy the music. Star Booze is coming with Bruce Vibes International akakula trivia eriloma music Pro Wizzy DJ, of course Zilla Boy Debo Chemi kwere ma program ya Star Booze omusamariri ngamashi yalingali MC Professor Ron Kevin Muhambo tubye etukabanangana ekiro ekindi Nyamuhanga ama yusunza musibembolere Nyamuhanga abalende.